Welcome back to Spoilers from Unfiltered. Today we're going to talk about the new action buddy comedy movie over on Prime starring John Cena as the US president and Idris Elba as a no-nonsense UK prime minister called Head of State. This movie is a blend of Air Force One, Rush Hour, and a political roast. So if you like stuff like that, then I think you will love this movie. Before we get into what the movie actually all entails, let's talk about what the movie is and let's overview it. So, Head of State is a globe trotting movie starring John Cena as President Will Derringer and Idris Elba as UK Prime Minister Sam Clark. The film has a public rivalry between Derringer and Clark, and it's over Clark's action movie franchise, Water Cobra. Yes, he's an action movie star and turned U.S. president or whatnot. So after a joint press conference, the and a new clean energy initiative, Air Force One is shot down out of the sky and en route to a NATO summit, leaving both of the leaders stranded in Belarus and also presumed dead. So we all know what that means in these type of movies. Um, they had to put aside their differences, and they had a lot of them. And one of the biggest differences they had was fish and chips. But they put all those differences aside. They teamed up with MI6 agent Noel Basset, played by Priyanka Chopra Jonas. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I apologize if I didn't. And they team up with her to survive assassins, Russian arms dealers, and a huge conspiracy that threatens the entire free world. The movie, in my opinion, the movie blends political satire, action, a lot of action, explosive action, a lot of guns and explosions. I love that. It's a classic old school type of feel movie, like an Odd Couple, like a Bad Boys, Lethal Weapon. It has that Odd Couple, two different style of cops type of feel. They poke fun at celebrity politicians. They poke fun at the America First isolationism thing and global alliances. So that's basically what the movie is in a nutshell, without me spoiling anything for everybody. But John Cena brings the big, goofy, fun energy as the U.S. President Derringer. He does not bring his usual action movie props to this one. He's more of a has more of a comedic role and pokes fun at the celebrity politicians. Idris Elba is more of your action star in this one. His character, although as the UK Prime Minister, he is a ex-soldier, so he has experience with weapons and guns and stuff like that. And he also, in the movie, spoiler alert, reveals that he has a past relationship with Priyanka Jonas' character Noel Basset, the MI6 agent, and they've done missions together. So that shows how badass he is as far as his skills and why his UK Prime Minister is able to keep up with all the action in the movie. The supporting cast has Jack Quaid as this crazy MI6. I'm sorry, Jack Quaid played a CIA agent. It had the Russian villain and his team, and it was crazy. It was a good action movie. It had that old school. If I had to say or compare it to a movie, I would probably put it along the lines of a. Yeah, I probably would compare it to like a Rush Hour meets Air Force One type movie. Has like Lethal Weapon vibes because it has them two guys butting heads constantly, but they're still working together to achieve whatever the goal is in particular movie. But let's go through this checklist of crazy shit that happened, and then you'll understand why this movie is what it is. So these are some of the moments in the movie that I pulled out and that caught my attention, and I believe this is what makes this movie probably one of the better action movies, especially buddy cop action and a comedy on top of that. John Cena's president is a muscle bound guy. He quotes movie quotes. He's a goofball. He addresses the nation like he's literally on a movie set or at a red carpet premiere. Idris Elba character, Clark, he's very sarcastic. Like I said, he's an ex-soldier and he's a dry, no nonsense, witty UK prime minister. He's stuck with Derringer in this movie, and they have to travel through the countries trying to get to an embassy or trying to get to some type of safety while all the conspiracy stuff is happening around them. Like I said, Air Force One gets shot down, stranding them in Europe, and it just kicks off this series of events that going through Poland, Croatia, Italy, and it's very fast paced. I enjoyed it. It did not feel like a 2 hour movie or nearly 2 hour movie. It really felt like I was there for maybe an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half. So I enjoyed the pace of the movie. Um, you got double crosses in this movie, lots of guns, like I said earlier. You got hackers, explosions, government conspiracies. You got the bad guys turn on the bad guys, the supposed good guys turn on the good guys. The movie starts off with a bang. So um I really think that this was probably a B plus, A minus type of movie. I don't think it would have did well in theaters, but for streaming, this is definitely a good weekend streamer, especially for this past holiday weekend. This was a really good movie to watch, and I definitely recommend it. But like I said, the movie leans really hard into the political satire and really takes a lot of shots at different celebrity politicians. It takes shots at different movements. And there's just a lot of just pure chaos in this movie, which I enjoyed. Um, there is a they poke a lot of fun at this America First thinking. I put it like that. So don't be sensitive when you watch it. They do poke a lot of fun. It's a comedy movie, so enjoy it. Embrace the comedy. Don't kill the comedians and the people that wrote and starred in the movie. Um, like I said, if you're somebody who likes comedy with a good comedy with good action and good pacing of a movie, then this is definitely the movie for you. Um, like I said, it is a blend of politics and reality TV and theater, and it's a lot. They squeeze a lot into this movie, like explosions and jokes and fight scenes, and this movie is everything an action fan could want in a movie. But with that being said, let's talk about what worked and what didn't work in this movie. So, like I said, Cena and Idris Elba's chemistry was top tier. I would definitely put it up there with the best duos, Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. I don't know if I would put it with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, so excuse me for being biased, but that's just a different type of chemistry in all the Bad Boys movies, especially spanning all the years. So maybe if this movie does that, then we'll see. But I do think this is better than some of the other buddy cop movies that have came out in recent memory. But the jokes were good. Um, like I said, they poke fun at celebrity politicians. They poke fun at America First thinking. They poke fun at a lot of things. So, like I said, it's a comedy, so enjoy it. The one thing I will say that did not work in this movie was the plot. The plot is all over the place. So don't expect this movie where you have to do a lot of deep thinking. It's very surface, like it's very easy to follow. I think this movie is it was designed that way, very old school action feel. You know who the bad guys are, you know who the good guys are. There are twists, but I wouldn't call them twists that just come out of nowhere or just catch you off guard, but there are twists in the movie. Few Easter eggs, like I said, the Easter eggs, what I saw with the Easter eggs were basically they made nods to the MCU, they made nods to other action movies, obviously the political stuff. Um, those are pretty much all the Easter eggs that I pulled out of this movie. Like I said, it was a good movie, good action movie, solid B plus, A minus. I would give it a solid B plus. Um, The ending also leaves the door wide open for a sequel. I will say that. I'm not sure if that's a spoiler. So if that's a spoiler, spoiler alert. Um, like I said, the movie leaves it wide open for a sequel. Not necessarily with John Cena and Idris Elba, although I do think they could probably squeeze out one more sequel where they put the two world leaders in the same place at the same time. Maybe some type of different storyline for that. But with Priyanka Jonas character and Jack Quaid's character, they meet up at the very end of the movie in a post-credit scene. So stay behind for the post-credit scene. They meet, and that basically sets up a sequel. I think it would be good to feature their two characters and give them more screen time. I think they have the type of chops to pull it off. So I think it would be a good sequel personally. That's just my personal opinion. I think this is a good movie, and that's also my personal opinion. Some of you may not feel that way. Please let me know in the comments if you feel that way or not. Let me know if you catch the post-credit scene. Also, let me know what you feel about this movie and if there should be another one. And like I said, my rating B plus. I think this movie is something worth definitely checking out. Um, if you're a buddy action cop type of fan, I am also a big horror movie fan. Grew up on action movies, grew up on horror movies. So if you like old school action movies that make you laugh with a lot of high energy and a lot of explosions and guns and fights, then this is most certainly the movie for you. Um, Hands down. But in recap, like I said, this is a great movie with a lot of good chemistry. Good action movie with some satire. My pick for MVP in this movie would be Idris Elba's character because he survived a lot of bullshit and a lot of crazy moments. And his character, which is why I say they could do a sequel with the main two characters. Maybe not even space it out that far, like a few years. Maybe come right back with another. They alluded to in the movie that, and I'm pretty sure it was all centered in this one movie, but they did allude to how some of the events that were happening could be setting up future events. So maybe they can just kind of flesh that out a little bit more and give us a little bit more with that and squeeze a little bit more out of these two characters. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Um, but yes, Head of State is your new political action buddy comedy. Check it out over on Amazon Prime. It is a brand new movie that came out this past week. I think you will enjoy it. Let me know what you think down in the comments and come back for my next video, which will be a review of the Ironheart series, the complete series. And I think I'm also going to do a review of this Hell Motel series on AMC Plus. So like, share, comment, come back for more. Stay tuned. Thank you for coming. See you next time. Bye.